Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 3, Chapter 339, Part 3, at Hillel's Sepulchre at Giscala. The young man, whose name is Saul, a thin, pale fellow with very large eyes and mouth, approaches Judas and says to him, "Come, the rabbis want you." "I will not come. I am staying where I am. Leave me alone." The young man goes back to his masters and tells them. In the meantime, Jesus, in the middle of his apostles, is praying reverently near Hillel's whitewashed sepulchre. The rabbis approach the group slowly, like silent snakes, and watch. And two elderly bearded ones pull the tunic of Judas, who, since they gathered to pray, is no longer protected by his companions. "Well, what do you want?" he asks in a low but resentful voice. "Is one not even allowed to pray?" "Just one word, then we will leave you in peace." Simon Zealot and Thaddeus turn round and tell the noisy disturbers to be quiet. Judas moves a few steps aside and asks, "What do you want?" I do not hear what the older man whispers in Judas's ear, but I distinctly see the gesture of Judas, who steps aside resolutely, saying, "No, leave me in peace, poisoned souls. I don't know you. I don't want to have anything more to do with you." The rabbinical group burst into a scornful laugh and threatened, "Watch what you do, you silly boy." "You had better watch. Go away. You can go and tell the others, all the others. Have you understood? You can apply to anybody you like, but not to me, you devils." And he leaves them. He has spoken so loudly that the apostles turn round, dumbfounded. Jesus does not even after the scornful laugh and threat. "We will see you again, Judas of Simon. We will meet again." That resounds in the silence of the place. Judas goes back to his place. He moves aside Andrew, who had gone close to Jesus, and as if he wished to be defended and protected, he takes the hem of Jesus' mantle in his hands. The angry men then rage against Jesus. They come forth threatening and shouting, "What are you doing here, you anathema of Israel? Go away. Don't make the bones of the just man, whom you are not worthy to approach, stir in the grave. We will tell Gamaliel and will have you punished." Jesus turns round and looks at them, one at a time. "Why are you looking at us like that, you demoniac? Why are you looking at us like that, you demoniac?" To become better acquainted with your faces and your hearts, because not only my apostle will see you again, I will as well, and I want to know you well so that I can recognize you at once. "Well, have you seen us? Go away. If Gamaliel were here, he would not allow you to be here." "I was here last year with him." "That is not true, you liar. Ask him, and since he is an honest man, you will tell that I was here with him. I love and venerate Hillel. I respect and honor Gamaliel. They are two men through whose justice and wisdom the origin of man is revealed, as they remind us that man was made in the likeness of God." "We don't, do we?" interrupt the energumens. "It is dimmed in you by interest and hatred. Listen to him. That is how he speaks and offends in the house of other people. Go away from here, corrupter of the best people in Israel, or we will have to pick up stones. Rome is not here to protect you, you intriguer with the heathen enemy. Why do you hate me? Why do you persecute me? What wrong have I done you? Some of you have benefited from me. Everybody has been respected by me. So why are you so cruel against me?" Jesus is humble, meek, afflicted, and loving. He implores them to love him. They take it as a sign of weakness and fear, and they become more furious. The first stone flies. skimming James of Zebedee, who quickly makes the gesture of reacting by throwing it against the assailants, while all the others gather round Jesus. But they are 12 against about 100. Another stone strikes Jesus' hand while he is telling his disciples not to react. The back of his hand is injured and bleeds. It seems to be already wounded by the nail. Jesus then stops praying. He straightens up imposingly, looks at them and crushes them with a glare. But another stone strikes the temple of James of Alphaeus, and it begins to bleed. Jesus is now compelled to paralyze their actions by means of his power, to defend his apostles, who, obeying him, receive the volley of stones without reacting. And when the cowards are overwhelmed by Jesus' will and by his frightful, imposing attitude, he says, "I am going, but you must know that Hillel would have cursed you for what you are doing. I am going away, but remember that not even the Red Sea prevented the Israelites from going on the way pointed out to them by God. Everything flattened out and became a level road for the passing God. The same applies to me. As Egyptians, Philistines, Amorites, Canaanites, and other peoples could not stop the triumphal march of Israel, so you, who are worse than they were, will not be able to stop my march and mission. Israel, remember what they sang at the well of the water given by God. Rise, O well, that was sunk by the princes and dug by the leaders of the people, with the giver of the law, with their staves. I am that well. It was dug by heaven in response to the prayers and the justice of the true princes and leaders of the holy people, which you are not. No, you are not. The Messiah would never have come for you because you do not deserve him. In fact, his coming is your ruin, because the Most High is aware of all the thoughts of men and has always been aware of them, even before Cain, from whom you descend, existed, and before Abel, whom I resemble, before Noah, my symbol, and before Moses, who first used my symbol, before Balaam, who prophesied the star, before Isaiah and all the prophets. And God knows your hearts and is struck with horror at them. He has always been horrified at them, as he has always rejoiced at the just, for whose sake it was just to send me, and who really drew me from the depths of heaven, that I might bring living water for the thirst of men. I am the source of eternal life, but you do not wish to drink at it, and you will die." And he walks slowly through the paralyzed rabbis and their pupils, and goes on his way slowly, solemnly, in the amazed silence of men and things. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 3, Chapter 339, Part 3, at Hillel Sepulchre at Giscala. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.